Hello, my name is Chris Beanert. I'm a product planner here at Winnebago Industries, working with our Class B camper vans. Our beds are very comfortable and come equipped with the Froley sleep system below the mattress. What the Froley sleep system does, see these plastic springs here, it'll conform to your body, but it also allows air to flow between the bedboard and the mattress. That's good for cooling. It's also good for allowing moisture to escape. We have adjustable headrests here under the mattress. You can see the mattress has a living hinge here. This is so if someone wants to prop their head up, either it's more comfortable sleeping or just reading a book before bed. We have a new option for 2019 in our dual pane acrylic windows. They're a thermally insulated window with a higher R value than glass. They're very secure with 3 latching points. And they open up full awning style, hinged at the top. Advantage of these windows over a regular glass window would be the higher R value and also the fact that there's no dividing mullions to obscure your view through the windows. If you look closely at one of these latches, you'll see there's a middle location where you can set the handle that'll allow a little bit of ventilation here around the window. For the customer, set a few windows like this, turn on the max fan and near the galley area, and you'll be able to have a nice airflow through the coach in the evening. The blinds are a full blackout style that pulls up from the bottom and a screen that pulls down from the top. So if the window's cracked, the blinds part way up, you can still get some airflow while retaining a level of privacy. Note that these blinds are now standard with our glass windows or the optional acrylic windows. Additional features in the Galley include our 12-volt compressor-driven refrigerator and our convection-style microwave. We had below-floor storage before, but now it's latching and lockable. But now we should move on to the true heart of the coach, the Pure 3 Advanced Energy System. The Pure 3 system replaces the traditional RV generator and 12-volt lead-acid batteries with a large format, high-capacity lithium-ion pack and a second additional alternator installed on the engine. From the pack, 48-volt energy will travel to a DC to DC converter to provide 12-volt power for all of the traditional RV 12-volt appliances and lighting, and also to a 110-volt AC inverter that provides 30 amps of power to the coach. This is the equivalent of being plugged into 30 amp shore power when that inverter is on. That much power will allow you to run the air conditioner, Truma Combi, and all 110-volt AC appliances. Operation of the system is very straightforward. So when you first enter the coach, on the overhead here, right inside of the sliding door, you'll see a black panel with a gauge and a silver button. To start up the system, simply press the silver button. This is a competitive advantage when comparing to other coaches, as that's all that needs to be done. Give it a few moments, and everything in the coach comes to life. Note that at this time the inverter is on. As I said before, we have now 30 amps of 110-volt AC power available. We can power the air conditioner. This is on high cool, right off of the inverter. Or any other appliance, such as our microwave, or even the 110-volt heating elements on the Truma Combi. Next to the silver and green start button here on our Pure 3 panel is a simple analog gauge. This gauge is much like the fuel gauge in your car, but in this case it gives you the state of charge, or in other words, how much energy is left in the battery. It's a simple matter of looking at the gauge to see how much is left. When fully charged, the gauge will glow green. As the charge reaches down to 30%, that green glow will change to yellow and ultimately red. The change in color is an indication that it's time to take an action to recharge the battery. The battery pack in the Pure 3 system can be charged in one of two ways. The first is to plug the coach into shore power. In that case, there's nothing more to do than to plug the cord into the side of the van and then into the pole. Regardless of the state of the power switch or the inverter being turned on or off, everything will come to life and the battery will start to charge. The second way to provide additional power into the pack is to simply drive the coach. Driving the coach down the interstate is a little bit like driving a 1960s muscle car really fast that gets really bad gas mileage to where you can actually see the gas gauge move. Except in this case, it'll be the state of charge gauge moving in the other direction as the battery fills up. There are two ways of charging the battery when the coach is stationary off of the coach engine. The first is with an auto start charge cycle. To initiate the auto start system, simply take your key fob and press the center button 3 times. You'll notice you heard the horn honk, indicating that the system is active, and the dash lights are illuminated. They will stay illuminated for approximately 30 seconds and then switch off. There is a silver button next to the steering wheel. You'll see that is also illuminated, indicating that the system is active. When the state of charge of the battery drops to approximately 30%, the engine will start and run at a 1,600 RPM high idle until one of 3 conditions are met. The engine's been running for 60 minutes. The battery charge has reached 90%, or the fuel level has reached 1/4 tank, at which point it will shut off. The cycle will repeat itself indefinitely until the fuel level reaches 1/4 tank. A manual charge cycle is used when the owner wants to get an extra charge on the battery, say before they're going to bed at night, to avoid having the vehicle start. To initiate a manual charge cycle, set auto start as you normally would with the 3 presses on the key fob, and then press that silver button 3 times. Just like an auto charge cycle, the engine will start, it'll rise up to 1,600 RPMs and continue running for 60 minutes or until the battery reaches 90% or the fuel gauge reaches 1/4 tank. Disabling the system is simply a matter of pressing the unlock button on the key fob 3 times. And the system is disabled. To activate the Pure 3 Auto Start without having the horn honk, simply insert the key, turn it to the run position but don't start, and then push and hold the silver button until it illuminates. Now the key can be removed and the auto start is active. To deactivate it, you can either use the key fob, the unlock button 3 times, or just push and hold the silver button until it turns off.